Okay, so we are now live. Welcome everyone to our first official sync for the Texas Impact Lab program. Thanks for hanging with us, for those of you who are in the chat, in the Hangout with me, as well as for those of you, and I'm turning to my other computer, for those of you who are on the live stream. So we have a couple of people on the live stream and a couple of people in the Hangout itself. For those of you in the live stream, if you do want to join us on the actual Hangout and appear like the rest of these ladies are right now on your screen, all you have to do is go back to the calendar item, the calendar invite, and you'll see at the very top of the description the link to join the live Hangout. I tried actually posting that link on the live chat, but it's not letting me post URLs, and so I couldn't post it in there. Otherwise, I would have given it to you guys there. But again, all you have to do is go to the calendar invite where you RSVP'd and just grab that link up at the top. For those of you who, let's see here, for those of you watching the recording, you won't have to worry about that, but we will follow up with not only obviously this link for the video recording, but some resources as well. Okay, so I wanted to basically have this first initial hangout just so that I can introduce myself to you guys. You've been getting emails from me. I figured for those of you who I don't know personally, it'd be nice for you to at least make the connection with a person. So this is me, I'm Monica, and I am one of several teammates on our team that are working on the logistical details on the back end. We've got a couple of other folks that manage like the website or the online courses, the certifications, things like that. And so there's several of us on the team that that work on logistics. And then of course we'll get to meet, you'll meet me and a couple of other of my colleagues on site when we actually have the face-to-face event in February. So like I said, this is our first sort of sync. It is a very informal one. It's just meant to be like a meet and greet. I'm gonna share a couple of things with you about what to expect in this program, and then we're gonna open it up to any questions you guys might have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen so that I can go ahead and be ready to kind of open up some stuff on the site here. And meanwhile, those of you that are on the live stream, please go ahead and introduce yourselves there. And those of you who are here with me, if you want to go ahead and just do a quick shout out, and I'll start from left to right. So you're first, you're up. So Christine, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Christine Roach in Rockwall.
Yay, Rockwall! We had a whole group of you guys join the Impact Lab, so we're looking forward to your participation. That's awesome. Thanks, Christine. And then next we have Ricky. You're up.
Hi, I'm Ricky Smith. I am also in Rockwall.
Yay! You guys aren't in the same like building right now, are you?
No.
I was going to say, can you hear each other? Awesome. All right, Stacy, if you are there, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Stacy Horton, and I'm from Wiley ISD.
Wiley, yes. I've done actually work in Rockwall and Wiley as well, but it's been a while. I know I haven't met everyone that's on the call, but I used to work for TCA sometime back, and I used to go to all these districts. So I remember you guys, or the districts from some time back. So awesome. All right, Christopher, I can hear you there. So I'm going to just have you yourself next. You're up. There's a whole bunch of people there. They just muted. They're like, we don't want to go next. Or something else going on back there. All right, then. Stephanie, you're up next. Stephanie, we can see you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Excellent. Go.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I totally lost connection, so we're just introducing ourselves.
Yeah, just say hi.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Excited to be here.
And Steph, what school district are you with?
With Richardson ISD.
Richardson ISD. Excellent. Awesome. And thanks to Richardson ISD, by the way, everyone, they are hosting our face-to-face event. So huge thanks to them for being our space for the 2 days in February. So thank you. Thanks, Richardson ISD. And Steph, you can go ahead and mute yourself now. And then we're going to move over to Tracy. You are up.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm with Cedar Hill ISD.
Awesome. I'm loving that Longhorn behind you.
Right? You know?
That's really fun. Very cool. All right. I'm going to circle back over to Christopher and whatever crew is going on back there. I heard a lot of laughter. Christopher, are you with us? Are you not with us? What's going on back there? Perfect.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just in a group training, so I can't turn up the volume.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay, awesome. All right, well, hi, Christopher. Okay, and hi to everyone else, too. We've got some folks that are on the live stream. I see people also from Richardson, from Rockwall. So as people join on the live stream, please do introduce yourselves so that we can see who's on the call. All right. So once again, the idea here is just to do a meet and greet and then to also have me share a little bit about the program, Impact Lab program. And so that's what I'm going to do next. So I've started by sharing my screen. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the event page. So this is the website. And I know not everyone here would have seen this because some of you may have had somebody else who signed up for you or on behalf of you, so you may have not actually been to the site yet. And so I wanted to share this with you, and we'll definitely follow up with a link when we send you the recording of this Hangout. But this is the main page, and the reason why I want to share it with you is not because you have to go in and register. Obviously, you already registered for the program. But up at the top, you'll find several links, one of which happens to be the program link, and this outlines what you can expect throughout this particular program for the course of the year. And so some of you have already started the first part of this program, and that's the online course. And so you're going to find that in the online course, there's going to be all different kinds of Google Apps, Google tools that are part of the lessons that you'd be going through. There's some activities and so forth. And some of you are already rocking and rolling, sharing your resources and going through those courses. And some of you haven't started, and that's okay. Our goal is to get you guys into these courses and to complete them before the face-to-face event, which is in February on the 23rd and the 24th. So that's the goal you're aiming for. So perhaps during the holiday break, you can knock it out, or perhaps over a weekend or a longer weekend or something, you can knock out those courses. They're pretty straightforward and really simple. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the course so that those of you who haven't seen it, take a quick look here. When you signed up, we'd requested that you use a Google Apps or a Gmail account, and I did send a follow-up email. So if you haven't submitted a Google account or a Gmail, like a personal Gmail account, then you won't be able to get into the course just yet. So please do send me a Google Apps or a personal Gmail. Now, you don't have to respond if the email that I'm emailing you to is already a Google Apps account, because that one's already in the program. So you should be able to get in if that's what you've used as the email to sign up for this. So when you first get to the course, let's say you've got your Google account in there, we've added it to the course, you get there, you see a brief description of the course. You might have to click the button register. This is sort of a weird thing that the Google Course Builder tool makes you sometimes do, is click register even though you already registered for the program. But just sort of humor the program, it's just got that little glitch there. So you might have to do that. But once you're in, you'll see 2 units. Now on my screen you see 7, and that's because I'm the administrator and I have access to these that are marked private. You'll see 2, orientation, and then unit 2 is online courses, building product knowledge. So those are the 2 that you're going to have access to at this point. The orientation has a couple of just different tasks that we are asking for you to complete. Majority of you would have already completed those without even being in this course, because it's things like create a Twitter account, create a Google Plus account, really simple things like that. That we are asking for you to complete. Majority of you would have. Hold on. There we go. I was getting feedback on my end. Things like create a Twitter account, create a Google Plus account. I still am. Really simple things like that. Hold on, guys. I'm getting feedback, and I don't like it. There we go. Huh. I don't know what tab that's coming from. Okay, I'm going to try it again. I think it's good again. Okay. So each of the courses, each of the lessons is going to have like a brief course description, objectives, And then it'll have, within the course, it'll have the different modules, most of which will come with video tutorials and maybe some step-by-step instructions. And then at the end, you might find that you have maybe a task to complete. Some of them have it and some of them don't. It just depends. But for the tasks, we're basically asking you to go into the global community, to be able to share a resource with other educators. We might ask you to tweet something out. So there's different kinds of tasks for each of those. And now I know that some of you have already been in the course. Because we launched these initially in Latin America, you might catch some references to Latin America. You can ignore that for now. The person that we have that makes the edits on this course builder, she is on maternity leave. And so we've given her those notifications. And as soon as she gets back, she will get to those changes. So we appreciate your sort of understanding as you see things that say Latin America. You're probably like, what? I'm in Texas. But we'll get those changed. And we do appreciate you guys, those of you who've told us, hey, I saw a Latin America reference. But we're getting those changed little bits at a time, making sure that all those references say pretty much that this is global, not just Latin America. But once you go through those courses, again, it's the same format for every single lesson. You've got some information, some content, some video tutorials, and possibly some tasks to complete. You then just continue to move forward from one lesson to the next to the next. Once you're done through completing all lessons, in Unit 2, you're going to find that there are 12 lessons. And when you get to 2.13, which is not a lesson, it's just an assessment, it is a Google form. And it's just kind of checking for understanding on the content that you have been introduced to over the course of the 12 lessons. And so you just go into the assessment, you complete the assessment. And once you complete that, it'll come to us, and then we'll be following up with a certificate of completion for this portion, which is the first part of this program. So that is pretty much in a nutshell the online portion. So I'm going to pause for just a second to see if anybody has any questions on the online courses. And feel free, those of you on the live chat, to ask your questions there. And those of you who are here with me, feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions if you have any questions regarding the online component.
Hey, Monica.
Hello.
Hey, Stephanie.
Yes.
Hey, so this is such a specific question for RISD, but our Google accounts were just submitted to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up an email real quick, on the 28th of November.
Okay.
To Craig, let's see what his last name is, Craig Gray.
Yes.
Who is our digital learning, at Region 10. Will we get a confirmation email with a link to that specific website that you were on?
Yeah, I'm looking at the back end right now, and all of your crew. So I have the g.risd.org email. Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So your accounts have been added. So you're just missing then the email that gives you the link to get in, correct?
Correct. Yes.
We will get that to you today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will mute myself.
Thanks. All right. Anyone else have a question on the online courses? And Cheryl, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Can you let everyone know where you're from?
I'm from Rockwall ISD.
Rockwall, representing. We got a lot of folks from Rockwall today. Awesome. Okay, so I don't see any questions being posted on the live chat, and I've given us the appropriate teacher wait time, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and talk a little bit about some of the other pieces. So let me share my screen again. Hopefully we don't get feedback. All right, so jumping back over to the program. So what I just basically unpacked here was just the online component. And then what we'll do after that in February, which is right around the corner actually, on the 23rd and 24th, we're going to come together face-to-face. Like I mentioned earlier, Richardson ISD is providing their facilities for us to be able to host this face-to-face event. imagine sort of like a conference, a 2-day conference, but it's sort of a conference mashed up with like a workshop, in that we're going to do a lot of networking, interactive kind of activities, and we'll also have breakout sessions. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds mashed up into one event. And through that, in that event, you guys will also get to pick, like in the breakout sessions, what topics you are most interested in and what sessions you want to go to. It'll have opening message, things like that. We'll of course have snacks, lunch, and snacks in the afternoon as well, throughout both days. And the goal here is to sort of fill some of those gaps. So on the online courses, you get content in certain areas. In the face-to-face, we're going to give you content that are in other areas, so that you get a real well-rounded amount of content, not just on tools, but integration, implementation, pedagogy, etc. And so that's the goal with the face-to-face stuff. And then, that's not listed here per se under the program link, but if I go back to the home link, you'd be able to see under program details that the other thing that this includes as part of this program is the Google Level 1 certification exam voucher. And so we hope that you guys will, as part of this program, pursue your certifications. And at the end of this program, you come out with your Google Level 1 and Level 2 certifications. After the event, the goal will be for you to start working through those lessons that are online, that are available from Google for free. And when you're ready to take the exam post the event is when we're going to be releasing those vouchers. Now, I know that some of you maybe you've already started that process, like where you've started those courses, and that's totally fine. But please don't buy the exams, because we're going to give you the voucher so that you don't have to pay for that. If you've already purchased them, you yourself have already taken maybe Level 1, Level 2, and you've already passed it and have that certification, reach out to me and we can maybe see what options we have for you, as opposed to, obviously you don't need to take them again, so you wouldn't have to do that. But that's kind of what we're hoping to see happen post-event. There are a couple of other components, other parts of this, like focusing personally or individually, or it could be as a group, focusing on an impact project, like how can you take what you've learned here and maybe take it back to your district and implement it, or maybe to your classroom and implement it. And so there's going to be some other components where we're asking you guys to kind of take action, as opposed to, and I know most folks do this, like you go to an event and then you come back to your school and you want to make sure that it gets implemented well. And so providing support for that is part of what we're going to be doing as well. So that's just kind of the other component of this. Let me stop sharing my screen. So again, after the face-to-face event, the goal is to work on the certifications, Level 1, Level 2. And that pretty much is spread over the course of pretty much about a year. And so we will be working together, or be available to you anyway. And not even just a year. I always feel like once we're connected, you've networked and you've connected with people via social media and social resources, we can continue to stay connected, which is really awesome. And one of the resources that we asked you guys to connect to is and you'll see this if you haven't already in Unit 1 of the online course, and that's the community that we've asked you to join on Google+, which is the EdTech Team global community, which has over 13,000 people from all over the world. And so our hope is that when you get connected to that community, that you then tap into that learning network that exists of people all over the world, that I think would be just really great to see some global projects come from that, or some collaborative things come from, different schools collaborating across the globe and so forth. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause one more time and see if there are any questions around the face-to-face event. Let's start with that, and then we'll circle back to certifications after, but let's start with face-to-face. Anyone have any questions on the face-to-face event and what to expect? All right, I'm gonna look over and just make sure on the live stream that no one has any questions there. Looks like everyone is good on the live stream. Okay, all right, well then let's talk certifications. Now I have a question for you guys. Anyone here that's on either the live stream or on the Hangout with me, anyone already have Google Level 1? All right, I saw one hand come up. Some of you only have a picture, so I can't quite tell. Anyone else?
Yeah, those of us in Rockwall do.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, all right, and what about Level 2? Do you guys in Rockwall have Level 2 or no? Just okay. So make sure you don't buy that voucher, and I'll sync with you guys. We can figure out if you want to use Level 1 voucher to give to somebody else that maybe is not in the program, but you might want to give maybe to another educator at your district. So we can talk about that because I would hate for it to just go to waste. So we can figure something out. We can certainly chat about that later on, but we definitely don't want you to don't purchase the Level 2. We'll get that for you guys. Okay, awesome. So that's great. That's great too to see some folks are already going through that whole process. Any questions from anyone regarding the certifications? All right, heading over to my other screen just to make sure everyone's good there. All right, I think we're all good. Okay, excellent. All right, so everyone by now should have received an email from me, and Richardson ISD, I'll make sure to get you those emails today after the call. But everyone else should have already received an email from me with access to the course. It was an email that had the link showing you, where to click on to get started. If you haven't seen that, what I'll do is I'll just send a reminder email. That way everybody gets it again anyway, just in case anyone got missed. But we're keeping track just to make sure everybody gets those. So please do check your emails. Sometimes it does go to spam, so please do share that with your colleagues. If they're not on this call, share that with them to make sure that they've gotten that email to get that started. Again, our goal is to have those done before we sync in person in February. All right, you guys. Well, there is no need to keep you on here if we don't have to. If there are no more questions, we can actually wrap up. Expect to see more from me via email, and I hope you guys have a great holiday. It's crazy like weather right now here in Austin. I'm in Austin, Texas, and it's just crazy weird. It's like overcast and cold, and it feels like, it's supposed to around this time, I guess, as compared to yesterday where it was just hot and kind of muggy. So happy holidays to everyone. If I don't talk to you guys on email or anything like that online, happy holidays. I hope you guys have a great break, and we'll see you again in January, I'm sure, for another sync.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Monica.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one. For those of you in the stream, that's pretty much it. Unless you have any pending questions, go ahead and ask those now. Otherwise, we will be shutting down the live stream here. Thanks for being on the live stream. Clint, Cheryl, Vanessa, lots of folks, several folks on there. Thank you for being there live. And let's see, we've got Stacy. I've still got you on here, and Tracy. Did you have any questions or?
I do. I'm not able to get into what you had emailed us.
Into the course?
Yeah, it says this resource doesn't exist.
Okay. All right. Hang tight. I'm going to stop the broadcast.
Okay.